Hey there, welcome to Violet's DIY Style. I'm Violet. If this is your first time to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new tutorial. Today I'm going to share with you how I made these two home decor ideas. The first project we're going to be making is we're going to be using 4 of these massagers, and what you're going to do is you're going to attach all of these together using E6000 and hot glue. What I did was I put a dab of hot E6000 and hot glue onto 2 of them, then I flipped them over and attached it to the second one. Then you just go ahead and stand that up, and then you're going to grab another one of the massagers, put again some E6000 and hot glue on that one, and you're going to attach it to one end or one side of the 2 that you already attached. And then you're going to grab your 4th one and you're going to do the same thing and attach it to the opposite side. Let this dry for a few minutes, and then you can take it out and spray paint it any color you like. I'm going to spray paint mine with Rust-Oleum Gold Metallic color. And I gave it 2 good coats, allowing it to dry in between each coat. Once it's dry, you can use it any way you like. There's quite a few different ways. The few options is one as a potpourri tray, and then you can use it as just a decoration on its own. And I also used it as a candle stand. Our second project, we're going to be using some yarn and we're going to make some tassels. So I'm just using an old picture frame just because it's open. But if you don't have one, just use any cardboard or anything to make your tassel the length you want. And I wrapped it around a few times. I want to say about 30 times each one to make my tassels all the same. There's so many ways to make your tassels. I know a lot of people have different ways of doing it, different things they use. Again, I just use a picture frame. Depending on the style or the length, I could say, of what the tassel I'm using it for is what I use. But typically I use a picture frame or just some cardboard. Then just go ahead and grab another rope, piece of yarn, and you're going to tie that on the top, what's going to be the top of your tassel. Then go ahead and remove it from whatever you wrapped it around. And then you're going to grab another piece of yarn and you're going to wrap it around the top part of your tassel, which is going to be, you can say, like the eye of your tassel. And you can wrap it around as many times as you want. I just wanted it to be a little bit thick, so I did wrap it around a few times, around 10 times. Then just go ahead and tie a knot with that excess yarn to make sure it's nice and secure. And then you're going to go ahead and cut the bottom part of your tassel. And there you have it. And I did 10 of this maroon style color yarn, and then I did also 10 of the beige yarn, and the yarn is also from Dollar Tree, but of course you can use any kind of yarn you like from any store. I also like to pick up yarn from thrift stores because you can pick them up really cheap, and they usually have a good amount of yarn on them. So that's something that you guys can do as well, and just look at thrift stores and find them that way in bags of bulk, you know, a few pieces, rolls of yarn for $1 or something like that. So it's really a budget friendly way to look for yarn. So just go ahead and do the same thing. Cut the bottom of your yarn to form your tassel, and then just grab another piece of yarn and wrap it around to form your eye. So once you're done making all of your tassels, as you can see, there's quite a few. I have this driftwood piece that I picked up at the Smoky Mountains this winter, so I wanted to use it. That's why I decided to make this wall decor, because I really wanted to use this driftwood that I picked up. So what I did was I just kind of measured the size of the wood, and I'm cutting pieces of yarn, and this is what I'm going to use in order for me to hang my tassels onto my piece of wood. So basically you can cut as many pieces of yarn as you want, depending on how many tassels you want to hang. Then go ahead and grab another piece of yarn or rope and wrap it around the ends of your piece of wood in order for you to hang it onto the wall. And as you can see, I just wrapped it around a few times, and then I'm making sure I tie it a few knots on it to make sure it stays nice and secure. You can also add some hot glue to the back of this just to make sure your yarn stays in place. And there you have it. Once you have that, just go ahead and grab all the yarn you cut in order for you to hang your tassels, and then you're just going to evenly divide them throughout your wood, and you're going to go ahead and wrap it around and tie a knot on it and just let it hang, and continue doing this until you wrap all the rope that you want to use for your tassels. And you can use anything, a ruler, or like I did, just a piece of paper, just to kind of figure out and make sure that all of your ropes are nicely, evenly spaced out onto your piece of wood. So once you're done adding all your yarn onto your wood, then just go ahead and trim off any of that excess yarn from the top part. And now all you're going to do is go ahead and grab your tassels, and you're going to figure out how long or the length you want each one of your tassels to be to hang from your piece of wood, and you're just going to go ahead and tie a knot to secure them onto your rope. And I just did a few at the same time. So just grab a few of your tassels and just figure out where you want them. And once you get them all even, then you just tie a knot again and make sure that it stays in place. And what I did was I just did one color a little bit longer than the other color. And I just alternated the colors to make basically one maroon, one beige, one maroon. This is really adorable. It's really cute, and it's nice and simple, but it does make a statement on your wall, especially like a front door entry or even in a bedroom. So once you're done with your first row of layer of tassels, what I did was I went in between each one of them and I added another tassel. And with this tassel, the ones that I did in between, I basically did them a lot shorter. That way you could get 2 layers of the tassels onto your decor. But it's completely optional if you want to add more tassels or not. So again, I just did a few at a time, made sure I liked where it was at. Then I just wrapped that rope around the wood and tied a knot on the top part. And I just double knot them, and it stayed nice and secure. And I just continued the process all throughout the entire piece of wood. Something I love to do, and I don't know if I'm the only one or if some of you guys do it as well, I love picking up just nature things from different vacations that we have as a family. Like for instance, this piece of driftwood from the Smoky Mountains. I have rocks from the Grand Canyons. I love picking up things from nature at different locations of vacation. How many of you guys do this? Or am I the only odd one that does this? I have leaves from different areas. Again, rocks, driftwood, pieces of wood, just different nature items. And I like using them in my vases or in different wall decor items, just like this one. So here are the final products. I hope you enjoyed this DIY home decor tutorial. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Bye.